If it's conservative.
If you're looking for something liberal
and realistic, this is the place to be.
Welcome to yet another episode on the podcast with no name. We have recently spoken about black tax, and today we are delving into jewelry. As you can see right here, I've got my ring. This is worth almost $15,000. Got my Rolex watch. An easy 25K. Easy. I got my bracelet from Dubai. This one, I'll give it for 5K. Another bracelet here. And then I've got my Vikings bracelet as well. This one is almost 9,000. But if any of you wanna buy it, I can give it to you for maybe, I can take 8. So today we want to talk about jewelry, not just in the church, all over. So it looks good on me, right? The ring looks really good. Yeah. So we want to talk about jewelry and what it is. At the end of our sessions, we want to understand exactly what it means, or is it acceptable? Is it something that we can actually wear? What do the scriptures say about jewelry? Right, my name is Ronald, and to my left is Natasha. To my immediate right, this is Paul, and to my far right, that's Receive. Welcome, guys.
Thank you, Ron.
Thank you, Ron.
Maybe let's start by defining what jewelry is. I'm going to put my Rolex right in front so that everyone can see it right here. Right, so that everyone can see it. Yeah. Let's define jewelry. What is jewelry?
Okay. Well, I'll give a Wikipedia definition first.
Okay.
Wikipedia says that jewelry is a decorative item.
Okay.
That is used for personal adornment. So, in a nutshell, a jewelry is any type of ornament that is used to, for adornment, for personal adornment. So then we can start then naming the things. Some of them you've been talking about them. So that's basically what a jewelry is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Receive. What's your take on jewelry?
I think you almost gave the whole definition of what jewelry is. So what's left is only for us to define which are the jewelries that we have.
Okay.
For example, we've got amulets. We've got everything that you're wearing, the rings, the bracelets, the necklaces. It defines what jewelry is. The crown as well.
Okay.
That's what jewelry is. Yeah.
Okay. And what has jewelry symbolized? Let's just go back in time. Natasha, what has jewelry symbolized in the olden days?
Well, it has symbolized wealth, or it can be used as a status symbol, whereby we have those rich people who want to, what we say in Shona, kuganza. Or, yeah, or kuvairira. For example, you're wearing this ring here. We have those niggas who wear them for drip.
Okay.
They want to be to like kuganza, like what I'm saying. And then we have also slaves in our African culture, whereby if you're a slave, you have to wear a jewelry which represents or symbolizes that you are really a slave. Okay. And then for those kings, if you watched this other movie, Game of Thrones, whereby
yes, Game of Thrones, Kings,
he was wearing that for it was symbolizing authority. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yes, Paul.
Okay. Well, I think when we talk about the young people or people that are living in our day, I think it's mostly for display.
Okay.
But historically, I love the spiritual part of it. Like when you look at the Egyptians.
Yeah.
You look at the Egyptians. The Egyptians were the foremost people that were in the forefront with idol worshipping. So in the middle of idol worshipping, there was jewelry.
Okay.
Yeah, they would actually have jewelry, and then it was a symbol of some Egyptian mythology, Egyptian way and everything. So, and again, they thought that the jewelry would actually be used to how can I say, to deal with the evil things and things like that. So it was embedded in their beliefs. It was a belief system that was embedded in idol worship. So the Egyptians used jewelry for that reason.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, receive.
Well, it was used for a lot of reasons. Like Natasha has mentioned, that it's used by kings, some to represent and show status, and it shows what level of in society. How are you deemed? Are you a poor man or are you an aristocrat?
Yeah.
It distinguishes. It puts the status in the during that time, and also when you look at jewelry. As you were saying, the religious purpose for it, like you've got the amulets, they were believed to be protecting one from what? From evil spirits when you're wearing them. And you go to the Romans, the signets, it's a signature. When you get back into the Bible, we have the story of Esther. Like the king. You use the signets as well to represent that he has sealed what he has said. Okay. So that ring would only be found with the king. So the jewelry in let's say in the ancient times, it really played a lot of role for them because they looked much to it. Like for example, the Romans, they believed that gold was like the blood of the gods. Okay. So when they were looking at gold, that's why they worshipped, like the Babylonians. That's why they worshipped gold. You see, like the tomb that we find in Daniel chapter 7, it's all gold because they worshipped gold. Okay. So jewelry played a lot of role during the time of the past.
Okay, interesting. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
I wanted to talk about jewelry, whereby in Africa, they also use it for symbolizing spirituality, whereby we have these other churches who wear these other jewelry so that it protects them from evil spirits. And we also have in our African context, whereby we have those men who wear jewelry for social glorification, whereby you are wearing your Rolex.
Yeah, Rolex.
Rolex, yeah. And if you wear it and you walk around wearing that Rolex, people will be like, wow, you are rich. You have money, because it's actually expensive. So they will be now glorifying you. Yeah, and that's what they want, to be glorified.
Can I just add also? Just throw in something. I think the issue of identification. So jewelry was used as a way of identifying self, or identifying a group, or identifying a race. For example, in Africa, Africans were known for having, the beads and, and once somebody passes by, you could actually identify them as an African because of the type of stuff that they were putting on in their hands, and their necks, in their feet and things like that. Then the other thing was jewelry was used as a way to store wealth. So they didn't have banks then. So then they would store their wealth in the jewelry. Yeah. So you were actually considered to be rich depending on how much jewelry you have and how much it costs. So yeah.
Is that necessarily a bad thing, to store wealth in the form of jewelry? That's number one. And also, is it also necessarily a bad thing to be identified? Like you're saying, whether it's war or someone is moving around, it's the enemy. You can tell that this is not the right, this is the enemy. Is it necessarily bad?
Actually, it's good because it actually eases on confusion. Yeah. So at least if I can identify, like if it's an issue of war, then I actually attack the right enemy because I've identified them. And it's also good because it brings a difference. It brings flavor. you know that, okay, this is an African because they are dressed in this way. They are putting on this thing. This is an Asian because they are dressed like this. So it actually brings flavor. I think it's a good thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, Natasha.
I wanted to talk of jewelry, whereby we now have. Are we already talking about the bad things of jewelry?
No, go ahead. It's fine.
When it comes to wealth, we have in Africa long ago, they would also exchange their daughters for wealth, whereby they would give, if the white men give them jewelry, they would actually exchange with their children, like maybe that's the bride price. That's the value.
Yes.
And
true.
also we have jewelry being the sentiment or sentimental value, whereby if no matter the price of the jewelry, you still value it because you were given by your grandmother. Maybe your grandmother gave you that watch, and then because you value it, no matter how priceless it is, you still value it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when it becomes a store of wealth for barter trading, I think it's also safe, right?
Yeah.
And I've seen a lot of African countries or other cultures which use them. For women, there are certain women where it's impossible for you to not be beaded and all that. It's a form of beautification.
Yes.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is okay. But on the other hand, we might say it's not okay as well, because it draws too much attention to yourself when you're putting all these things. You have the necklaces. Everyone is just admiring who you are.
The earrings.
Yeah, the earrings, everything. So much of the attention now, it becomes on you. So at the end, people, I don't think we can really see how we worship God by that, because now we tend to make people our idols. We might make people our idols. Let's say maybe it's a king or it's a prince. Then they are wearing these jewels like they did in the ancient times. Everyone will be just looking at them and will be admiring them. And the young people will be saying, I want to be like that. Now they've become idols, like they worship them.
Okay, but where culture is concerned, because there's like I'm saying, there are certain cultures where a woman is not complete.
Okay.
If she is not well dressed. Right. Where she's got beads all over. She's got, there are some people who even write on their arms. It's part of culture.
Yes.
Can we shame that, or we can actually say no? This is good because, and it's also not. Everyone is doing it in those certain cultures.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
If everyone is wearing jewelry, is there anything wrong with that?
No. Okay.
Yeah, when it's acceptable in the culture, then I don't see anything wrong with it.
Okay.
But the only problem comes when the wearing of it, maybe it's for religious purposes. That's where the issue comes. Okay. But if it's only maybe it's for beautification only. And that's the only reason. I don't see anything wrong with it.
Yeah. Can I just also chip in and say, I think I want to talk about something a bit different. I don't have a problem with people in their culture putting on their stuff. But I want to just throw in something in terms of safety.
Safety.
Yeah. Okay. I've lived in Johannesburg for a while, and I've seen people that have been robbed, almost killed, just because of a gold ring.
Okay.
So sometimes with this jewelry stuff, if we put too much on it, we attract the wrong people.
Exactly.
Okay.
Not only do we attract praise, but we can attract danger. So,
but cars also attract the wrong people. You have a really Porsche car, you wear a really Porsche dress. It's not just on jewelry.
Maybe we might put it in the form of jewelry as well.
Okay.
Those items as well. Yeah.
Okay. Natasha, do you agree?
Jewelry, when you wear, I don't think it's Now people overdress using jewelry. Like it's now
Yes.
too much,
Mm.
whereby you have those 3 necklaces around your neck, you have 5 bangles or bracelets, and you have 5 watches. Like it's now scruffy.
So, fine. From what you're saying there's an extent to which we can have jewelry, and there's a point where it's too much. That's what you're saying. So, where do you draw the line?
I wanted to say we are all running away from saying the truth here.
Say the truth. Say it. Say it.
Love.
According to the Bible, jewelry is not even acceptable.
No, let's read the text. Open it and let's read it.
We can read Exodus 33 verse 3 to 6. Yeah, let's hear what it says.
Exodus 33
verse 3 to 6.
Verse 3 to 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exodus 33,
verse 3 to 6.
verse 3 to 6. Let's see what I'm reading the Revised Standard Version. Verse 3, it's saying, he himself went on before them, bowing himself to the ground 7 times until he came near to his brother. Sorry. I'm reading, Exodus. Pardon for that. Exodus, verse 3. All right. Chapter
33.
Chapter 33. Chapter 33, verse 3. It says, go up to a land flowing with milk and honey, but I will not go up among you, lest I consume you in the way, for you are a stiff-necked people. When the people heard these evil tidings, they mourned, and no man put on his ornaments. For the Lord had said to Moses, say to the people of Israel, you are a stiff-necked people. If for a single moment I should go up among you, I would consume you. So now put off your ornaments from you, that I may know what to do with you.
Okay, let's address this scenario.
Yes.
What was happening here was God saying remove them completely, or it was situational at that point?
Didn't you say remove all your ornaments?
Yes, that's what it says.
All your ornaments. By ornaments, meaning all those jewelry. Yeah. So if you wanted to consume them, you would have consumed them while they are wearing them, meaning that they are acceptable. But you can't consume them while they are wearing those ornaments, meaning they are actually unacceptable.
Yes. And if you read verse 6, it goes on to say, therefore the people of Israel stripped themselves of their ornaments from Mount Horeb onward. They removed everything. But we need to give a context to this chapter for us to understand what was happening. Here we have Moses. He is meeting the Lord in the mountain, right? Then the children of Israel, together with Aaron, they go to him and say, Moses is late. Make us a god that we might worship him. Then they make that golden calf, that chumuru. And after they make it, they start to worship it. When Moses came back, the Lord was furious and he wanted even to destroy the people. But because Moses was he pleaded with God. And God said, now here in chapter 33, God is trying to make, what can you say? He's trying to make a judgment with these people. And he's saying, remove everything that is within you, the ornaments that you have, the rings, the earrings, the necklaces, everything that you have to remove it if you want to be acceptable to me.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, just also to add on to that was chapter 33, right?
Yes.
Exodus.
Yes.
Now, the question would be, okay, how did these people end up with
this
these
thing.
ornaments?
Exactly.
So then we go back. These ornaments were not part of the children of God.
Yes.
God actually told them to borrow them before they left Egypt.
Exactly.
So these things are Egyptian.
Yeah.
Point number 1. So then why? Okay. Then the next question: why were they allowed to take? They were not. God did not allow them to take the jewelry for them to put on.
Yes.
But it was supposed to be used for worship services.
Exactly. The gold
in the wilderness.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I just wanted to throw in that one. Then so that at least people might be confused. Okay, fine. But these are God's people. They're having jewelry. Then we needed to just to zero into that one.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get another verse and then let's hear. Should we go to?
But before you could go there, I think maybe I wanted to talk about jewelry as a symbol.
Okay.
As a symbol, like engagement, marriage, and that same marriage is of God.
Yes.
And then yeah, just to I don't know, just to mix mix the waters, to stir the waters.
Yes.
a
So
little bit.
in the next episode,
Yes.
we're not done with this one.
Yeah.
I want us to come back
Yes.
and start distinguishing where we draw the line. Because you see, this ring, just because it's not on this finger, all of a sudden it becomes wrong. But when it's now on this finger and I'm married, it seems to be okay. If I'm wearing this bracelet,
Yes.
it's not okay. But if I'm wearing that watch and I'm defending myself and I'm saying it's for time, it's okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to come back in the second segment and we're going to talk and draw the line and see what also more scriptures are going to talk about and what some of the books written by our prophets and talk about. And we want to reach a conclusion, a noble conclusion on the and the practical one as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So please don't go away. Please tune in and see you in the next episode.